Hello again, keychain collectors that like guns. And so this brand I've become quite familiar with, Yingtu, although none of the listings say Yingtu. They're just known as 1/3 scale alloy keychain guns, or a revolver in this case. So I was doing a little research. There's no text on this saying what it is, but it's clear that it's a Smith & Wesson 500 with a 4-inch barrel because it has the 3 vents, like this insert thing here. So, yeah, we'll compare it to some other photos. Let's see if it's to scale, though. The overall length of this is 10.25 inches. This is the S&W website. So 10.25 inches divided by, let's turn this to inches. Boy, that's somewhere around 2.9 inches. Okay, so 10.25 divided by 2.9. Yeah, it's like 3.5 scale. So none of these, it's very inconsistent. There aren't many guns that are truly, well, there's a lot of 1/3 scale listings that aren't really true 1/3 scale, which is unfortunate because it helps get give people an idea how big things are if you can compare them. Okay, well, let's see here. Let's go back to these images here. Here's a nice image on this side. So I think it does definitely look like that image. It's pretty close. Although this here, you have a very long rod for the barrel ejection or whatever. And here it's not so long. So, but it does have this here. I assume that's a safety, but I don't know for sure. And yeah, most importantly, it's got the compensator vents there. I don't really care for it to be a keychain, so I'm just going to take some pliers, twist this little ring, and there, take it off. I guess maybe you could even remove this brass thing on the bottom, but then you'll just have a hole, so I might just leave that for now. So this is metal, what I'm touching here. The grip, though, is plastic. It's not rubber. It's just hard plastic, but it looks like rubber with the texture, so pretty well done. You can get these in different colors, but I went with this combo of a silver barrel and a silver cylinder, and then the rest of it is like a gunmetal matte finish, I would say. Will this rotate, I wonder? It's got a screw holding it in place, but yeah, I guess, and it looks like a separate part, but I don't know. You would think that would spin, but I don't see it happening. Maybe you could loosen it, but I guess I just don't care. Alright, so everyone wants to know, will it cock? And it will. And will it pull? And it does. Very easy to pull that. Oh, no, it's not. Well, that's weird. The first time was easy. Just get those pliers back. So what's up with that? Maybe you have to break it in. There's probably some burrs or something on the mechanics inside of this. Oh, now it's easy again. Oh. Yeah, now it's difficult. Alright, well, you're going to have to probably do it a bunch of times for it to break in. So the hammer is metal, some sort of cast metal, and it's got some ridges for your fingers to grab. And yeah, if you have long enough fingernails, you can get that to work. Alright, so now let's see, we have the vents there. Yeah, okay, some grooves to look like it's a separate piece. The front sight is actually painted black, so that's a nice touch to match the rear sights. And this screw literally holding that in place, and some indication of a screw there. Not the greatest indication, very crude looking. So now the question is, can we open this thing up? Maybe this, oh, it's not a safety. Maybe this is to actually open the thing. It wants to swing towards us. Oh, maybe I have to push this in? I've never owned a revolver, a real revolver in life. I've shot some, but never owned one. There must be a way to open this. Let's see on this side. We got some screws, so that's probably covering up the mechanics of the trigger. And then, not much else. Would have been cool if there was some text. Yeah, so this is not a safety. It turns out you have to push this forward, and then you can you can push this towards us. So it doesn't even move much, but it's enough to definitely lock it in place and not and allow it to open. So the barrel, I kind of feel like the chambers don't make sense. I feel like they're too small. This thing is shooting some big rounds, but yeah, these holes just look too small, I think. But I think the reason why is they're trying to get around this part here that it spins on. So yeah, I guess they couldn't have too thin of a material. And I think it would have been cool if they provided some brass bullets for you to load it, even though it won't fire. Alright, let's see. Yeah, so that pin in the middle is probably attached to this thing. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but this definitely allowed it to open and unopen. This is spring loaded right here, this center pin. Alright, so looking, the barrel is totally blanked off. There's no hollowness there. In the front though, it does go in a decent amount because they want to show the compensator ports, but right after that it's pretty much a wall. So, and I'm not sure why this is recessed, but it is. I do see that in the front photo though. I guess maybe it's just for lightning. Okay, yeah, you know what, this front sight I think might be a separate piece. I think it might be a piece of black plastic. Yeah, okay, interesting. So maybe, yeah, I also feel the rear sight is plastic now. That's fine. Alright, now the question is, can I just push this back in? See, it's going to scrape that quite a bit, so you might want to push that in a little bit. And now I cannot unlock it. Right? It's definitely locked until I press this thing. So yeah, this little thing does its job. So that's kind of cool. Will the trigger literally move the cylinder? I don't think it will. Yeah, see, it's not rotating. That would have been cool. Yeah, but yeah, I guess you can't fit the mechanics into something 3.5 times smaller than usual, and at the cost of this thing. This wasn't super expensive. Oh boy, look at this. This is a mess. Why is that thing not horizontal? Oh, look at this. Well, whoa, let me open that up because I can see something moving there. Okay, I wonder if I could pull this out. Yep, so you can. Interesting, interesting. Oh, so now you can just disassemble this as well, I think. I might need pliers. I don't care to disassemble this, but I think you can break it down a little further. Alright, so a little notch there, so be mindful. Yeah, your barrel might be a little crooked. If you don't want to ever take it apart, I just suggest you just put some crazy glue in there. Yeah, I didn't even notice these little holes next to the front sight there. So again, I'm going to push in that thing. Let that cylinder go in. There we go. Cool. One last thing I think most people would try to do is spin this freely, but it does spin, but it doesn't spin like a ball bearing. Right? It just doesn't keep its momentum. Maybe if you do that a lot, it'll smooth itself out, the axle it's on. Yeah, alright. Okay, let's compare it to some others here. The only other revolver I have is this one, but this is a quarter scale, this Python 357. It was listed as 1/3, but it's not. So if you see anything that looks like that, just know it's a quarter scale, and you can just see the huge difference between 1/4 and 3.5. So that's not much difference in math, but this is a big revolver in real life. I've actually shot this revolver, and I thought it was going to break my wrist. Okay, so some 1/3 scales. We have this cool little G34 TTI. So that thing's cool, and I think this might even eject rounds, but I don't want to clean them up. So quarter scale, 1/3 scale, 3.5 scale. This one's probably the best one out there, though. This John Wick TTI of a 2011. I think it's made of machined brass. See that color in the trigger? It's really impressive. It's the best keychain gun I'm aware of, but it's also probably the most expensive one. And then here's a Desert Eagle, which is really cool. No shell ejection. This is a big pistol in real life as well. So I think these two could fit in the same display okay. Although really, yeah, again, I think these are all 1/3. This is 1/4. And then 3.5, somewhere bigger than all the others. Yeah, so hopefully that helps you out if it matters to you. But you know, they're just keychain guns, so it doesn't really bother me so much. I collect 1/6 scale guns, so those are accurate. Last bit is, I do feel this is annoying, so it does unscrew. Let's see how good it looks or how bad it looks with a big hole in the bottom. You know, I think I'm going to just leave it out, because now it looks more like a revolver in most instances. No one looks at a gun up on the bottom side, right? So yeah, it's nice, it's high quality. I don't think that's going to fall out easily, but you'd probably want to thread lock this if you don't want to lose this and you actually use this as a keychain, because as it dangles around in a bag, it will try to unthread itself eventually, I think. Alright, well, it's not 1/3 scale. If you can get past that, it's pretty cool. I mean, it makes a good fidget toy. It's mostly made of metal, so but of course, without any brass rounds, it loses some of its playability. All you can really do is spin the cylinder, pull the action back, and open the cylinder. But it is what it is. Thank you for watching. We'll see you the next time I review a small keychain gun.